Good morning. It is December 2nd, 2025, and I am thrilled to welcome you to another Taco Tuesday here at WiLS. We have four vendor partners all lined up to talk to you today. So to get us underway quickly, I am going to turn things over to first-time Taco Tuesday presenter, Brett, coming to us from Ingram. Brett, are you all ready to take over?
Yes, I am, and it just tells me that you need to quit sharing so that I can share.
Done. You should be ready to take the reins.
Okay, I got it. All right. Well, good morning. I hope that everybody in Wisconsin's having a good weather week. I know I'm in the St. Louis area, and we got 2 snowstorms in a row. So, um, so we've got lots of snow here. So next time I come to Wisconsin in January, it won't be so cold for me because I'm going to be used to it. So, as we have been talking about, as we all know, the other guys have gone out of business. And so we've had a lot of people coming to us. We've got a lot of our current customers that we've been doing a lot of stuff on the fly. And so what we've decided is for this, I want to talk about workflow. If you're already one of our customers, thank you. If you're thinking about it, hopefully some things you hear will make you want to dig a little deeper. But basically, we're the largest distributor in the United States. We distribute to pretty much everybody, bookstores to home. We're the supplier for other companies. So Ingram is the big guy. And so we always have big inventory. As I'm going to jump here and look. As you see, for Dogman, if you want Dogman, Big Jim believes, we've got 2,600 in Indiana, 1,900 of them in Tennessee, 3,400 in Oregon, and 3,193 of them in Pennsylvania. So inventory is not an issue with Ingram. So where we're at right now, we're a little bit slow shipping than what we normally would be just because of all the demand and everybody coming to us. But we are getting that straightened out. We've added second shifts in our warehouses, and we're expecting by the time the first of the year rolls around, we'll be back where we want to be with shipping. But what I want to focus on today is the nuts and bolts, the workflow. As I was talking with Jim a little bit earlier, my email blows up every day with librarians saying, hey, we just started with Ingram, or I'm thinking about Ingram. How does this work? Or how does that work? Because that's important. You know, the little things, the workflow, because you're short-staffed, you're doing a lot of things on your own. So what I want to focus on here is, well, what happens if I place an order from Ingram? And I'm on a live library here. So I'm going to go to order status. And this library I'm using, I'm going to go to iPage order history. And we can see that on 11/12, this library ordered. And one of the things that will happen is every time you order with us, you will get a confirmation. And I can click this confirmation. And I can see exactly what I ordered. And on this one, they ordered 2 titles. This is the end of the fiscal year, so they're just kind of cleaning some stuff up. And it tells you what the status is of the titles. All right. So we always want you to confirm the order, make sure nothing got canceled, make sure everything went in the way that you wanted it to. So in the Ingram world, you send in an order this morning, you get the confirmation back in an hour or so, and then within a few minutes, you can go over to the all open items, and you can see everything that you have on order. We believe in full transparency. So in this case, you can see from 11/12, this title, The Finest Hotel in Kabul, is processing. That means that it has already dropped to the floor and it's moving through the warehouse. Here's a title, Buckeye Read with Jenna Pick. That title is committed, which means that we own it, and it's got this library's name on it, but it hasn't dropped to the warehouse yet. And here you can see that we've got items that are back ordered. We've got future back ordered, which are farther than a month out. More items processing. So we're going to show you every title that you've got, everything that you're looking at. Once the order ships, you can always come to iPage and look and see that we shipped on the 26th a box that had those 2 titles in it. So we're always going to show you, whenever you're trying to figure out where your stuff is, we're going to be able to show you exactly where it is. And here, if we clicked on the shipping, we get the UPS on there. So you're always able to do that. Now, we're a little bit different in how we've been doing things with invoices and packing slips. We have gone paperless, which means that if you order from us, the boxes show up. There is no paperwork in the box. What you will have is an email will be sent to you, to the email that you designate, showing an invoice, and also another email will have the packing slip. So you tell us who you want to receive those emails, and we can send the invoice to you, and then also the packing slip. You actually go up under My Account, and then you're able to change the information there, and you can designate who you want. But as far as the invoices go, we have to set that up administratively. So if this library had an order leave the dock today, they would get 2 emails. One would be the invoice email, and the other one would be the packing slip email. You can send those to different people. It's your choice. So we're going to do that. You also can have a generic email that just says a package has been shipped, and you can set up anybody that you want for that as well. So we got a lot of information that we're always going to tell you on that. Also, cancellations. How did I do? If you go up under reports, you can see that we will have an invoiced item report and a canceled item report. This is going to be a monthly report that if I click this canceled item report, it's going to show me any items that canceled for this library in the month of November. And so it flips over every month. So you've got a whole month to make sure that you jump in there and that you look at what your cancels are. We cancel very little. I know a lot of you, if you're coming off of the B&T issue, you got a lot of stuff canceled. One thing that we don't do is we do not cancel a lot. So that's something that you can always look forward to, is that we're going to ship it. But that's up under reports. Also, you have invoiced items. If you click the invoice items, it's going to show you every item that shipped in the month of November. So if you want that report is there for you as well that you can look at. All right. So as much as we can put on iPage, we do. We try to give you as many tools on iPage as we do. I'm going to go to orders now and go back to order status. And everybody in your library has access to this. So that's the good part about it. And on back ordered items, now in this case, because I'm just visiting this account, but if this was the real account that the person was in front of every back ordered item, there would be a column over here in front of the date ordered with a button. And if you decide that you want to cancel a back ordered item after you order it, then you can cancel it on iPage yourself. You don't have to contact us or ask us to cancel or to do anything. You just go ahead and cancel it off yourself and do it that way. All right. Back to order status. Everything is going to be here. Again, the all open items. You can see the recap of all your purchase orders. And in this case, here are all the open purchase orders from this library. If this was your library, you'd be able to see what you still had waiting on by PO. So all of that is there for you as well. Standing orders. That's the biggie. As I said, of all the emails that I've got, standing orders are in all of them. We put standing orders on iPage, and you control them yourself. It's up under orders, standing order programs. And as you can see, we have adult author, we have mass market genre. I have a complete standing order guide that if you want to email me after we're done, I can send one back to you. It can teach you what to do to set up a standing order, and also describes what they are and when they actually will give you a list. The cool part is that if you want it to be a report only, then that means that we're going to send you a report once or twice a month, depending upon the program, and it will be under lists. And you'll have an Ingram folder, and this is where we will put your standing order list. So it will be dropped right in here. Then you take that list and you turn it around as an order, or maybe some of the stuff you don't want, but it's a report only. On the other hand, if you know exactly what you want on your standing order, you can set it up and set it up as an auto ship. So we have both options, just whatever works for you. All right. Again, orders, standing order programs. All right. A couple of things that I want to show you real quick now that we just talked a little bit about the workflow, about your order, how we get the communications, how you know what's coming, how you know what's going to be there. Under Browse, high interest categories. All of our collection development lists are housed here. We do not tier our access levels. If you're the smallest library in Wisconsin, you get access to the same list that Madison does. We do not tier it. So all of these are up under Browse, high interest categories. And I can say, hey, let's look at subject lists for adult. And here are various subject lists from adult that our collection development team has created and said, hey, these are a good list. We want to put them out there. One of the things our collection development team did when Baker and Taylor crashed, and we knew that a lot of folks got a lot of cancels, under award and noteworthy, there are catch-up lists. Our collection development team went in and built a lot of the most popular high-impact titles, and we built lists that you might have missed because of the transition. So that's available under Browse, high interest categories. And the last topic I want to talk about right now is processing. We are quite bluntly looking at January-ish right now to get a lot of processing set up. Our queue is just amazingly long. It's not easy to just automatically set up processing. It's very labor intensive for us. So if you do want Mylar, laminate, you're looking at a barcode, we do need to get the forms completed. Shoot me an email. I can get you the correct sign-up forms so you can get into the queue. But it is right now just because everybody hit all at once in October. Our queue was already full when that announcement was made from everybody that already started moving. So we are just so backed up right now, and we're working through it just as quickly as we can. So, and I think that's about my 12 minutes. So, questions?
Brett, I haven't seen any questions come in. I did say this in chat, but if anyone is in the live session and wants to ask any questions, please do chime in. We're very excited, as I said, to have Ingram working with us here at WiLS and to be able to bring their great services to you. And one thing that jumped out at me, Brett, I think it was really smart is the catch-up lists. I think that's a
Yes.
great idea
Yeah.
and very savvy to show up with lists of things that people may have been trying to get, but
And they just couldn't. Yeah.
couldn't get them, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
that's
that was
fantastic.
probably that was the number one request is people started coming over there saying, okay, here's everything I've got. And by chance, do you happen, how do I find out what I missed? And so we quickly got that done.
Well, that's fantastic. I think that's super smart. So thank you so much for showing us a little bit of the kind of workflow and process stuff for Ingram Brett. And yeah, if we do get any questions or follow-ups, we'll be sure to put them into touch with you.
On my way. Thank you. Have a good day, everybody.
You too, Brett. Okay, I'm going to share my screen just for one more second to get us ready for our next presenter. Coming back to us for another Taco Tuesday, I'm very pleased to introduce my friend Miriam Gilbert to talk to us a little bit about Rosen. Miriam, are you ready to take over?
Yeah, let me just go here. Let's see if we're all good. Just a second. Can you see my screen?
I do. I can see your browser. It says Teen Health and Wellness at the top there.
That is what we want everyone to see. Good morning, everybody. As Jeff said, I'm Miriam Gilbert, and I have been with Rosen for a goodly while and darn proud of it. And darn proud of teen health and wellness. Or just listening to the prior presentation, there is so much stress. There's so many things we need to attend to both in our professional lives as systems change so often, not by our own making or liking, but there we are moving ahead. And or this time of year in our schools, in our libraries, in our families, it's always a study of contrast. Happy, happy, sad, sad. Where do you fall in the continuum, and where do our students and our patrons fall in the continuum? And teen health and wellness is sort of the ultimate care package for you and your learning communities. We've worked with WiLS and so many of you in Wisconsin for a very long time with teen health and wellness, with our Power Knowledge Science database, and other things as well. So you do know us, but if you don't know us, what a great time to see what we have to maybe take down the temperature a little bit this time of year and maybe always. You know, one of the great things as we know about digital resources is once you have them, you have them. I mean, yes, you have to resubscribe, but you don't have to worry about shipping. You don't have to worry about where is it necessarily if things have been properly set up. And what you have subscribed to is there for you 24/7. And especially with something like teen health and wellness, which provides, I think of it, the ultimate oxygen mask. If life gets tough, you can go here for a variety of support and always know you are not alone. So when you come to teen health and wellness, you know this, we see the teens, a whole variety of teens. And what we added during COVID, my goodness, I remember COVID. COVID's still with us, but there's so many other things that are also with us, like social media anxiety, or AI companions, things that just are not helpful. We created the calm room, and this is something I want you to be sure you know about this. It is always there at the click of a button. Visit the calm room. And what we did with the calm room, and again, if you are already a subscriber to Teen Health and Wellness, you perhaps know about it, or maybe sometimes things are hiding in plain sight. So here we are in the calm room, sights and sounds and videos just to help us take a beat, to take a breath, and just try to calm our minds. And so many of your schools and libraries have actual physical calm rooms where your students can go just, or you for that matter, or your colleagues to relax for a moment. And the calm rooms are filled with all sorts of things, but largely you're there to relax. And one of the ways you can use teen health and wellness, if you have a read write wall or just a blank wall, is you can launch these videos which loop. It's a lovely thing. That's something that we just launched. So whenever you start a video, it will just keep going until you stop it. It will automatically loop, whether it's running water or a coral reef aquarium, which is nice because the fish they just keep on trucking and keep on swimming. So when I think about coming into a space, how do we create calming spaces? How do you use the tools at your disposal, the tools in your toy box, to help those spaces remain even more calming? Or if you have a patron or a student who needs to downregulate, they come to you, whether you have a calm room or not. This is a resource where you can connect your young person or your colleague with something that might, just after a minute or two or three, just help them face the rest of their day. We have these videos that loop. We also have sounds and music, whether it's ocean waves or a piece of classical music. I happen to enjoy classical music. I realize, all of our taste in music is particular, but just listening to that tempo, just calming. We have links to guided meditation and some of my favorites, the animal cams. So here, again, we curated all of this for you. Our goal is to make your life easy. You work so hard, and you deserve easy. So here we have the puppy cams. I love the puppy cam. I just love it, and I think most people love the puppy cam. And what could be better? You can make this full screen. I'm not gonna, oh, I'm not gonna play with that right now. But no cleanup required. It's your own therapy pet. So again, you can make this full screen and then you have your puppies. But it's not just puppies that you have. You can launch, we looked at the aquarium above. I'm a scuba diver. It's really interesting. Colorado has, which is where I'm based, has a very high percentage of scuba divers. So I'm one of them. And this is really, so I'm going to shut up so you can hear this relaxing music. So for as long as you have the cam open, it will keep going. And so that's another way to expand the relaxation, the peacefulness, the calm of your space, whether physical space or virtual space. The other thing you could do is we have links. I mean, there are many links here, but this is just what I'm pointing out to a site called Rainy Mood. Rain makes everything better. We don't have a lot of rain in the high plains desert of Colorado, so rain is actually relaxing for me. And and the soft murmur, you can customize sounds with all sorts of elements, rain, thunder, wind, waves, and create your own little sound garden. And then perhaps the pièce de résistance. I don't know if you're a gum chewer. I've never been a gum chewer, but there's something very satisfying about bubble wrap. And this is virtual bubble wrap. You could snap that. And right now, it's more unusual for things to come in bubble wrap and packages, but you could have your very own bubble wrap. So, stress relievers, and then all roads lead back to teen health and wellness, to the hotlines in case you need help or just guidance. And we vet all of these. I mean, that's another thing. We're curating everything, and you're not alone. I love this feature, the You Are Not Alone feature, because we have teens talking to teens about their life challenges. And we have an open invitation. So remember this for your teen advisory boards or your teens who just love to write or they need to basically journal about something that happened to them, and you can help guide them where they guide themselves to put a positive spin on things. We feature these, it's easy to get to. We feature a different story every week, and all roads lead to more stories, and again, to how to share your story. And off the homepage, you can read other stories, and the stories are organized by topic. And let me tell you, there is nothing taboo in teen health and wellness. So as you go through this, and these are not published lives, we read these, we will clean up some grammar, but we have to get an adult's permission to publish these stories. And there are hundreds of them at this point because teen health and wellness is 15 years old. It's hard to believe. Teen health and wellness is a teenager too. And And I'm just so proud of these young people who are willing to share and pass it forward, pay it forward about the truth of their lives. We also have videos that are created by teens, or we also license videos. And like with the archive of personal stories, all the teen videos are here with red asterisks. And teens have dealt with a lot. I mean, whether it's in their own bodies or in their world, there's just a lot going on. And we know by the time our students get to be teens, we can't shelter them. I do want to say that we deal with some of the great issues du jour: social media anxiety, um, AI companions, all levels of stress. You will find those topics covered in Mind, Mood, and Emotions. These are the names of articles, so there's social media anxiety. So I invite you, if that's something that you want to school yourself on, because how much can we know about everything? Or your school counselors, your guidance counselors, your student resources, your administrators. This is a way to sort of set the intention, begin a conversation. Now, if you are not a subscriber to Teen Health and Wellness yet, and I've piqued your interest, we are going to, through WiLS, set up a trial through the end of the month. Rosen 25 digital. Yes, Jeff will have this to mail out. And we're also offering the opportunity for new subscribers, or if you had a subscription and it had a lapse for whatever reason, we understand it. Life is filled with change, that you can get 18 months of teen health and wellness for the price of a 12-month subscription, which means you can start it now. You can start it in January, have access to the calm room, and we do need to receive your purchase order for the subscription, but it will go for 18 months. So you're getting that extra 6 months for free. And what a time of year to have access to the calm room. So we're really excited about being able to share that, because the calm room is probably the most beloved and used feature in teen health and wellness. Again, sights, sounds, resources, virtual bubble wrap, and those puppies. What we can also do is create customized outreach material for you. And we can do that with, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this if I open the calm room poster, but let's see. But I'm bringing it up. Jeff, can you say whether you can see the calm room poster or not? Can you
Yes.
just say that?
Yep.
Yes, great. So we have posters. I realize that's kind of old school, but I'm just an old school kind of person. We can create a QR code that will take your users directly to the calm room. How easy is that? You can put these up in the library, by the school counseling office, perhaps by the principal's office, and you could put them in the back of the bathroom doors. I mean, that's where do people go when they're stressed? Well, they go to a lot of places, and we've had schools that have placed them there. So it's stuff to think about, because we want to make this successful for you. We also have bookmarks. I mean, again, this is old school, but you can put something in someone's hand. It's tactile, and we can also add a QR code to this. So we want you to have this. We want you to use it, and it is a remarkable resource. And I think, as Jeff can attest, we've worked with WiLS for a good long while, and that's because everybody's happy, at least happy enough to have this relationship. So thank you very much.
Uh, I can chime in as well. I totally agree, Miriam. Where WiLS and Rosen have been partners for a long time. It's a great partnership. A very popular WiLS vendor partner. So if you haven't, by some chance, haven't heard about Rosen from us before, now you have. But please do check out the offers that Miriam mentioned. We will make sure that those that whatever information, the data that you need to make that decision will have come to you if you're watching this recording. If you're watching live, just watch your inbox for information on trials and that special offer that Miriam mentioned. Thank you so
Well,
much, Miriam.
yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Happy holidays, everybody. Bye.
You too. All right, we're going to get ready for another uh, popular returning presenter here on Taco Tuesday. Somebody I'm always very happy to see coming to us again, John from GameStorm. John, are you ready to jump in here?
I am, yeah.
All right, great.
All right, seeing my screen okay?
I am. Looks good.
Wonderful. And I'll just drop in the chat a link to our website too. And it's cool to see. I know I saw some participants hanging out here. Shout out to Hollis and Chris. Good to see some familiar names and library media specialists who do great work. So appreciate you being here today. So GamestormEDU is our company. We specialize in making educational board and card games. And it kind of actually aligns nicely with what Miriam was talking about regarding, wellness. And one thing that's really great about tabletop games is you put the screens away, you connect, you laugh. You have these, incredible highs of winning and losing and navigating those feelings and everything. So we're really passionate about bringing those experiences to the classroom and having not only great games that create these moments, but then also having curriculum that goes along with it too. And just to back up really briefly of who we are too, I'll just go back. So my name is John. My background is a high school English teacher, tech integration in K-12, and now I work in higher ed, helping future teachers use technology in their work. And then my passion project is GamestormEDU, designing board and card games for the library and classroom. And then one thing I like to tell people too is it's not just me, it's actually myself and my wife. My wife taught fourth and fifth grade, now is raising our daughters and then is planning to go back as a library media specialist. She's got her master's in certification. So after our girls are off to school, she's going back off to school as well. And in the meantime, she's our director of educational partnerships and curriculum development, specifically helping me make sure our games work really well at the elementary and middle levels, where my expertise is more the high school level and higher ed. So she's my vetter of our curriculum and games at those lower levels. And so, with that in mind, we are literally a mom and pop shop. This is my two daughters sorting through our expansion packs to one of our games. So we like to tell you all, you're getting direct connection to the designers of the games, educators turned game designers rather than the other way around. And then speaking of our games, so we have two games available and we're working on our third. And these games are focused on storytelling and social media literacy. And so our first game that came out in 2023 is GameStormers. And in GameStormers, you are creating a 5-card narrative. Could be a game narrative, could be a movie narrative, could be a novel narrative. And your goal of that game is to convince the judge for the round that you've got the best narrative. So you tell your narrative and try to impress the judge. So what's really great about our game is it can play as young as we've taught it to 6 and 7-year-olds. All the way up through high school, higher ed, family game night, and beyond. And we've got 7 lessons that specifically align to GameStormers that you can use. And I'll talk a little bit about those lesson plans in the next few slides as well. Our other game that's available is Doomscroll. And in Doomscroll, you are running a social media company in a fantasy world, and you're trying to create the most addicting feed to sell ads. So the students are trying to, basically make this feed engaging enough for the end user that they can drop in 3 ads before their fellow classmates. This one works really well at the middle school and high school level when you're starting to engage really heavily in social media literacy. And another nice thing about our games is we design them to be really aesthetically engaging. So we have over 100 unique cards in each game, each with its unique art. And the bonus of Doomscroll 2 is it's kind of stylized as a satire of social media. So you've got these trolls and these wizards and these robots posting about the same problems that we post about, arguing about their favorite TV shows, their fantasy sports teams, all of these different things in the game too. So it's meant to not only engage students in terms of content, but also just be a fun game to play in the library or classroom as well. Another thing I'm not very good at bragging, but I'm just going to do it really quick. We did win a silver medal at the International Serious Play Awards for Doom Scroll, and both GameStormers and Doom Scroll have been finalists in the Tabletop Game Awards for the James Paul G Awards that are handed out in Madison each year. So just want to shout out to the honors that we've gotten for our tabletop games that work in the library and classroom. So, a lot of people ask us, what kind of purchases do library media specialists and teachers and curriculum designers and directors make? One of our most popular buys is getting a classroom set of GameStormers or Doom Scroll. So typically that's 5 copies. And that can usually get pretty much the entire class playing around a set of games. And then another option too is doing just a single copy of a game to have in the library that could distribute out as a station in a classroom or be a single play, when students are gathering to play, maybe in a board or card game club or just have some downtime, can play a single copy. So GameStormers plays 3 to 6 players, Doom Scroll plays 1 to 4 players. So you can also just have that on hand as an engaging activity too. And what's great is these games really are designed to build literacies. So it's not just sometimes we worry about games, they have this connotation of not building important skills. But a lot of times our games are actually building a variety of literacies that we'll talk about in just a second. So speaking of the kind of skills and literacies they can build out, we've got 12 lessons and in fact, an entire game design curriculum for free on our website. So the only thing you'd really pay for is a one-time purchase of our games. You have them, they're in your library, just like a library book. But our lessons are free and tied to grade levels. They're tied to subject areas. They are standards aligned, and you can search them, for a good fit for what you're looking to accomplish. I'm just going to show a few different examples and kind of how they align with some of those science, technology, engineering, arts, and math areas. So for science, we've got a really great lesson where you can actually make your own cards to go into GameStormers about anything. So you could have students, or you could make your own concept cards, where you could take our blank templates in Google Slides or Canva, make your own cards, and then have students use them, or students play the game. They go in the template, they make their own cards about something they're learning about too. We also have in GameStormers a variety of different things for kind of showing creative outputs of understanding. So you can use our visual card art. We have visual dice that have iconography on them, and we have dry erase cards. Students can actually demonstrate their vocabulary acquisition in science or another subject by using the visual stimuli and connecting it to the terms and concepts they're learning about too. So it's a very flexible, creative outlet for students to practice vocab acquisition. In terms of technology, a few different ways that we address technology in our games and our lesson plans is we have tied to Doom Scroll our social media literacy lesson plans. So we have 2 lesson plans around playing the game and engaging in critical social media reflection. And then we also have too where students can take a blank template of our Doom Scroll cards and actually make their own cards that might go in the game. So they can add their own images in a Canva template, Google Slides, PowerPoint, and create their own cards and social media posts from the perspectives of characters, perspectives of historical figures, whatever it might be that they want to create. In terms of engineering and thinking about design and the iterative process, I mentioned we have a fully made game design course that could be plug and play into a progressive library curriculum, summer school curriculum, could be kind of selecting 2 or 3 lessons to utilize to begin to iterate on an idea for a game. And it's all walked through with videos and individual lesson plans by me. So it's designed by an educator and it is set up and primed by me. So you don't have to be an expert in game design. I help your students kind of walk through that process. We have a companion interactive notebook where students plan their game design too. And you can take it as far as you want, all the way through working prototype that they play test with each other to, hey, let's come up with some ideas and talk about what we might make hypothetically if we don't have time to go through the entire process as well. And within that too, we've got great opportunities to practice things like designing instructions, visually forward instructions. So we have a lesson plan on designing an instruction booklet for a game or for another purpose to get at that informational writing. That's part of the English language arts standards. That's always really hard to hit and do in an engaging way. So designing a visual game manual that has both textual and visual instructions is a fun way to do that. Either have students design a manual for a very short game that they like playing, or have them design one for a game that they've come up with themselves. In the arts, we have a lot of overlap involving our tabletop games that you can include. So we have narrative and creative writing prompts of playing Gamestormers and then launching into creative writing activity. The students come up with their 5-card narrative and then they write about a day in the life of one of their characters in their stories. They take that 5-card narrative and they continue on the story after the one they told while playing the game. It just is a really great creative stimuli for the students to work with. We also have a great kind of ELA social studies lesson about talking about representing cultures and traditions and voices in history and doing it respectfully. So we talk about a little bit of how we design some of the cards in our game, working in partnership with cultures and individuals from those particular perspectives. So we worked with a member of the Ho-Chunk Nation, Dr. Marcus Lewis, to design our indigenous person in our game. And so we talk about how it's really important when capturing a perspective from a group of people to make sure you get primary sources and you consider going straight to the source rather than relying on secondary sources, right? Last but not least, talking about mathematics in games and game design, we actually have a really interactive lesson about exploring the math in game design. So we have a lesson where you explore the volume of designing a game box, designing, how many pallets and how many shipping containers you'd need to fit 50,000 copies of your game into a one pallet versus multiple pallets versus shipping containers. And it all starts with the students deciding, are they going to make a big box game? Are they going to make a small compact game? Are they going to make something in the middle? So what's really cool is all the students will likely have different final answers, and they all could be right based on the game they want to make. That's my favorite kind of math problem, is one that has multiple different answers by students and they all could be correct. And then also we've got a really fun lesson. Maybe not fun is the right word, but we've got a fun blog post and discussion of the math of tariffs. And we talk about how prices of board and card games go up and down as tariffs are implemented or not implemented. So if you wanted something really contemporary to talk with your students about, I've talked with classes about tariffs and their impact on how we've approached our game design, pricing, boxes, everything. And then last but not least, the literacy skills that students build with games. We've got lessons about these. So if you're looking at building phonics in your students, we've actually taken almost every card in GameStormers and we've created a resource on the phonemes and graphemes of all of the cards. So students can actually practice their phonetic skills while playing a tabletop card game. So it's a really good opportunity to practice those. We, of course, want them to practice with books, but also practicing in other mediums is really important too. So you can do that with GameStormers and elementary students. We also have activities like practicing your persuasive pitching, using ethos, logos, and pathos in the middle and high school levels to persuasively pitch your ideas in GameStormers as well. So with that, I know I'm about at my time. If you're wondering, how do we buy? I put a link to GamestormEDU in the chat. You just go to GamestormEDU.com. We've got tax-exempt purchasing under our shop tab. We, of course, have WiLS discounts built in, so you can get a discount on classroom sets, district sets, individual sets by using that WiLS discount as well. Thanks so much, everybody, for your time, and feel free to reach out to me with any questions you might have.
Thank you, John. I always gush when John's here, but that's because, like John, I am also a gamer and love all things games. So I'm lucky enough to be involved in a couple of other things outside of WiLS where I get to interact with John sometimes too at conferences and stuff. So it's always nice to see you, John. Thanks so much for joining us again today for Taco Tuesday.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen one more time just to make sure we're all set for our fourth presentation today, which is we are joined by Warren and Lee coming to us from a new WiLS vendor partner, Lightbox. Warren, are you ready to take over for us here?
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. So I'm Warren. I'm the CEO of Lightbox, and we actually have Chuck Dearman, our VP of Sales, who's listed under Lee
I'm
for
sorry.
some reason, but that's fine. Today we're going to give you a quick little overview of what we do, and let me know when you can see my screen here.
You're good.
Okay, great. So this is our main website here, and we're going to try to demo some of our products here, but the internet seems to be quite slow. I don't know either if it's through me or through the Zoom app here, but to give you a little overview of what we do, we've been publishing for over 35 years, and we also specialize in subscription products. So here we've got kind of our main website where we list some of the different subscriptions that we have under classroom solutions that are really built curriculum based for teachers. And then we have our library solutions here where we have various different subscriptions for school libraries. So this is our main interface here for the subscription. And what you can see here is I've got all the subscriptions. So I've got just under 6,000 interactive ebooks. So we have a very large depth of kindergarten to grade 12, but the majority of our titles are kindergarten to grade 8. And every title in here is part of various different subscriptions, but you can also purchase any of these as printed books. And our printed books are very unique. I'll just show you a PDF version of a printed book here. Inside on page 2, this is a PDF of our printed book. There's a book code. And when you go to our website, enter the book code, then it comes alive with an interactive ebook. So all of our print books, especially all the ones right behind me here, they all come with a free interactive ebook. And for those who don't need the printed books, you can, of course, get them all in a subscription at a much lower cost. So when I go back here to the subscription, at the very top, we highlight some different titles. These could be new titles that we want to feature because of the certain time in the month or a certain holiday. And then you can have a basic search by subject, title, or keyword. And then there's an advanced search here. And the advanced search allows you to search by grade level or by content area. And then we also have all of our various subscription types. So a lot of our subscriptions start out at 400 all the way up to $2,000 per year. And we're offering our subscriptions for 50% off for any of the WiLS customers. So you can get some of these subscriptions for as low as $200. One of the first subscriptions I wanted to show you was iDiscover. And iDiscover is what we call an optic read along. So it's all kindergarten to grade 2, but it works for even middle schools. For anybody who is a reluctant reader would be into the iDiscover product. What we do with iDiscover is we remove all the static images with moving cover images. So you can see there's a lot of science, some social studies, lots of animals in here. And when we open up a title here, the first thing you'll see is a moving cover image. And our product works with all devices. So it doesn't matter if you have an iPad or a Chromebook, or even a phone, this product will work. And when you hit start here, the first thing you'll see
Lion's World. In this book, you will learn about how I look, where I live, what I do, and much more.
So the contents page, we instead of having a static, boring picture, we've replaced it with a video. And then when we turn the page here,
I am a lion.
you can control going forward or back with these arrows, and the video is reinforcing the text, and the text is reinforcing the video.
I am one of the biggest cats in the world.
And you can also scroll here through the pages. So this is what the printed book would look like. So you can jump into particular spreads this way.
My loud roar can be heard from 5 miles away.
And here we can actually hear the lion roaring. So when we do certain conference calls, the autoplay is blocked, but we can have sound effects before or after a sentence is read. And here we could actually hear the lion roaring. So this is how iDiscover works. The video has to reinforce the text, and the text reinforces the video. And you can continue to turn the page and explore the book.
My big, strong legs help me run as fast as a racehorse.
So that is one of our subscriptions. And the second subscription I'm going to show you is world languages. And one of the things that we specialize in is producing titles in over 20 different languages. So world languages is for all those schools that have more than kind of English and Spanish being spoken in your school. What we do with world languages is every year we update with more titles and more languages. So this year we're working on Haitian Creole, and when I open up one of these titles here, what it's doing right now is actually loading 18 audio ebooks. So with this collection, every title that you open, you get in English, but you also get in all these other languages off here to the right-hand side. So when I turn the page, the first thing you'll see is the text in English, and we can toggle into any of these other languages. And of course, it's real narration, so we hire real actors to read these. If you hit play,
Meet the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Its name means Tyrant Lizard King.
so we can continue reading that in English, or we could toggle into another language like Spanish. And whatever language you toggle into, it has the read support, so it would now read it in Spanish. Or you can go into French, Arabic, which reads the opposite way, Japanese, Russian, Ukrainian, Mandarin, German, Hindi, Korean, Tagalog, Vietnamese, Urdu, and Brazilian Portuguese, and then Portuguese and Swahili and Italian. So we've got a lot of languages in here, and we continue to add more. And when you're in a particular language, like I said, it stays in that language. And then if you wanted to toggle back into English, you can to get that bilingual experience. But all the audio is very high quality. We can push read here.
El tiranosaurio Rex era carnívoro. Podía comer hasta 500 libras de carne de una sola mordida.
So these are all professionally translated and real narration. So world languages, very simple, very intuitive, really nice collection that we believe should be in every library. And then our core product line is AV2, which is our nonfiction product line. So AV2 stands for added value in audio visual. And I'll see if I can get into demoing one of those. If you go, you can select a K to 2 package or a 3 to 5 package. The most used is the kindergarten to grade 5 package. It's got over 1,800 or 1,100 titles. And these are all very high interest titles. So you can see it's got things like dog breeds. It's got fall, the fall, spring, summer, and winter. So the seasons. It even has things on American cities, and so it's a wide range of various topics, and all of these are fully interactive titles. So if we go into something like coral reefs here, we can get more information, or we can open up the title. When we open up the title here, we're going to get to a moving cover image, and that's really important for us because we don't want kids getting into something and they think it's just kind of a static ebook. So here there'll be a moving cover image here. And then when you scroll down here on our AV2 menu, you can actually see some of the digital resources that are here. So if you click on video, we've got 2 videos here. We've got audio on every page. And then we've got activities. These activities can be downloaded, printed, filled in online. Website links for further information. A slideshow for the visual learner, and then we've got a quiz and a keyword, and then citation information and title information. So if anyone wants a free trial, we would like to set that up with you guys so you can see it. For whatever reason, I think my internet is very slow here, so I can't load some of the features here. But if we continue on here, we've got a video on the first spread here.
Ask me, why should we care about coral reefs? Corals build one of the most important ecosystems in the ocean. They are animals, but they...
So the videos are curated by us. They're age appropriate, grade appropriate, and they're all between 2 and 4 minutes long. So here you can actually see the contents page here, so you can jump to any of the contents page, and normally there would be a video here. As we scroll down into this book, you can see we've got an audio feature here, so if we push play, the main text will read. The next spread here, we've got an activity, so if we click on the activity, it will download, and we can actually fill in this activity online. And so the nice thing, again, you could put this in your learning management system. You can print it, fill it in online. Here we've got a map with some of the major coral reefs and a slideshow here. The slideshow is just some of the best images with captions. More for the visual learner. Here's another activity here. So a lot of the images, when you get a trial, you'll see that we've taken a lot of the images out and we put these moving, basically they're moving videos. And so we have full videos that are 2 to 4 minutes long, and then we have some of these replacements of static images with moving videos here. And here's a web link for further information, so we can click there and learn more about coral reefs. Here's another website link. And then towards the back, we have another video. If we push play here.
We've come to Port Lowley, just north of WiLS, and these divers are...
So that's another video. So we usually have 2 to 3 videos per book. And that's kind of a quick little overview of AV2. And for anyone, we can, do one-on-one presentations with you to walk you through all the various subscriptions and kind of learn about what you're looking for with your district. And the other product that we have just launched as well is a paired reading collection. So this is something that we have. Let me see if I can pull that up here. So these are some of the titles that we've got for paired reading. And this is a new product that we've launched where you get a nonfiction book and a fiction book inside one title. So if you want as a printed product, you get basically 2 titles in one. And the real benefits of paired reading is it helps build vocabulary and builds background knowledge. And this product is also available in a subscription. So that's something that we would love for you guys to try out and see and give you a demo of that. Going back to Some of the other products we make, we have posters with QR codes so that you can put these up. This is one school that bought some of all of our posters and they're in the library. You can scan them and then it launches the interactive title. So each of these posters would come with 6 or more interactive ebooks, which is really a nice visual thing that you could put in your libraries. So the last product we wanted to show you was Lightbox, and I'm going to see if we can get some of these to load for us. So this is the kindergarten to grade 5 package, which is our most popular. You probably have heard of Lightbox. It was exclusive with Follett for many years, and now we've turned it into a subscription product where you can get all these titles in one spot. And Lightbox and AV2 have won many awards, and that's on our website. But Lightbox is more of our curriculum-oriented titles. So these are all curriculum topics that would be taught in the classroom. And we also have these available as printed books as well. Chuck, is there anything you want to add before I jump into Glaciers?
No, Warren, I think you've got it pretty well covered. Thanks.
Okay. So I'm just jumping into the Glacier book here. The first thing you'll see is a moving cover image again. Here we can open the Lightbox or we can actually share it. So this share icon here, when we click on that, we can use this link in a learning management system or we can email it out to the students. So that way they get fast-tracked into a title or a particular spread. When you open it up here, this is kind of like an overview menu page here. So if you click on audio, you can see all of the main spreads that highlight have full audio. And then if you click on a video, we have 4 videos in this particular Lightbox, 5 activities, 3 website links, and so on. The nice thing here is we have all the activities in one spot here, so this can all be printed out or put into a learning management system. We've got a curriculum button here, so we show how it's aligned to NGSS and Common Core, and what reading level and interest level the title is. And then we have citation and title information. And to jump into a particular spread here, I know we're running out of time here, so we've got audio support, we've got video, so you can push the video here or here and it will automatically load. You can pause it, you can minimize it, and then the bold words, content words, we can click here and get the definition. And this is also part of our bilingual subscription, so you can hit this change to Spanish and all the text and the digital features would change to Spanish. So if you have any needs for Spanish, we have a lot of really great options for you. Here's another feature called transparency. So you click on here and all the glacier zones will disappear and you can go step by step through the glacier zones. And then the last kind of feature I wanted to show you further on here is our integration with Google Maps. So every spread will have many different digital resources that we put in there. We have quite a few districts already using this product in Wisconsin, and we're hoping to learn more about all of your districts and what your needs are, and coming up with a custom subscription package for you. Here's glaciers around the world. If you click here, any of the pulsing is a hot link into Google Maps. If you click on glaciers of Kilimanjaro here, now we're in Google Maps here, and you can zoom out. You can see that we're in Tanzania, very close to Kenya, and we can go in and kind of see a 360-degree view of what it would be like to stand on Kilimanjaro. So we have over 25,000 schools using our subscriptions right now in 55 countries, and we're always looking at adding more languages. So if there's particular languages that you're looking for, let us know. And we'd love to spend more time than 15 minutes with all of you and give you a kind of a proper demo of all the things we do. But that's kind of a quick little overview of some of the things that we've built.
Thank you so much, Warren, for joining us. I'm really fascinated by everything you've got to offer there. Uh, as I kind of intimated it with our previous speaker, I'm definitely becoming more and more interested in kind of additional alternative methods or vectors for learning. And I think all of the features that you highlighted in the materials that you're offering really kind of hit that, where we're coming at the learning from a variety of directions and appealing to a wide variety of kinds of learners. So so cool. I'm really excited to have Lightbox as a WiLS vendor partner.
Well, we're very excited to join with you guys as well, and we've put in some really great offers on pricing for subscriptions, and then also our print books we're offering for $12, which is pretty close to our cost of developing them. So we'd really love to learn more about all of the members and see how we can work with you guys more closely.
Well, fantastic. I'll say what I always say. If you saw something today, if you're watching today's presentation, whether live or recording, if you saw something interesting, want to know more, please do reach out to us here at WiLS. We'll also make sure that you've got contact information for all of our presenters, including Warren, in case you want to reach out directly to them with questions or some more information as well. That's what it's all about here is getting the information into the hands of our members so that they can find the resources to best support the needs of their institution. Thank you again for joining us, Warren. And Chuck, I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, it's all right. That's okay. I've been called worse.
Oh, me too. All right. Well, that will bring us to the end of another Taco Tuesday. Thank you so much to all of our presenters, all of our attendees, everybody who's joined us today. And the last thing I'll say is that we have one more Taco Tuesday coming up. One more for 2025 coming up in 2 weeks on December 16th. So I hope you'll join us for that. And keep an eye out for announcements of our next round of Taco Tuesdays for 2026 that should be starting in January. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye, everyone.